continues to increase as our population ages, but the supply of workers has not kept up with that demand.
Now, anybody in your position, entrepreneur, knows it's tough, it's very difficult to raise money. What extra, I'm not sure that was hard for you, but what extra difficulty did you ever feel came? Because yes, you're a woman and you're a woman of color.
So look, it's true. There is bias in the system. I think black female founders receive less than 1% of venture capital. So the statistics are pretty bad. But the truth is that you really have to suppress or ignore all of that bias, because frankly, my counterparts are not spending any mental energy thinking about that. And you really just have to pursue your mission and vision and be extremely assertive and communicate, what the legendary company or ambition that you want to build.
Speaking of ambition, where do you want to take this? You've already reached pretty significant milestones, but what do you want to do next?
So on a personal note, I think healthcare workers are some of the most overworked and underappreciated workers in this country. And so we want to do whatever we can to give them a delightful experience. So we're building this category-defining company. We are the market leaders in healthcare labor, and the goal is to continue, transforming this industry.
Any chance you're going to go back and do your residency?
Probably not. My dad would probably like me to do.
Okay. We're very excited now here during Black Business Month to welcome our next guest. During a nursing staffing crisis, Dr. Iman Abu-Zaid founded a tech platform connecting short-staffed hospitals with qualified nurses.
She co-founded Incredible Health, and she is doing incredible things for the healthcare industry, all the while becoming one of a handful of black women running a company worth over $1 billion. Dr. Abu-Zaid is joining us here right now in our Times Square studios. Welcome. Congratulations on all of your success. And I know you were born into a family of healthcare workers. I know you've got your medical degree. You skipped residency, and you became an entrepreneur instead. How did that all come about?
Yeah, so I'm an MD by background, decided not to do residency. I went into hospital operations and strategy and in management consulting at McKinsey and Booz Allen. Then did my MBA at Wharton. Then at that point moved to the San Francisco Bay Area, where I really got into startups. I was a product manager at an early stage healthcare technology company before leaving there to join my co-founder, Rome Portlock, who's an MIT software engineer, to start Incredible Health.
Okay, you have to help us. I have to go back to this. Did you know going into med school that you weren't going to ultimately pursue that career, or did you make up your mind when? That just sounds incredible. I went through all this and now, nah.
So one-on-one patient care is great, and it's a great career, great profession, but I really wanted to have an impact on a larger scale. For me, I have many family members and friends that are doctors and surgeons, and they were often complaining about understaffing. And then at the same time, my co-founder Rome has many family members that are nurses, and they're saying, I apply to 10 places, I don't even hear back, even though I'm experienced and I'm qualified. So we figured there has to be a better way. I mean, healthcare is the biggest labor sector in the country. It has the biggest shortages. But the technology, the tools, the processes, not much has changed in the last 20 years. And so we figured there has to be a better way.
So what is the better way? What did you figure out? How are you doing it?
So Incredible Health, there's a few unique things that we do. First, the employers on our platform apply to the talents instead of the other way around. So if you're a nurse, you create a profile, you sit back and relax, you get interview requests, and you get to choose which interviews to accept or decline. And then we've also automated the screening of the talent. We check their credentials, their preferences, and we built custom matching technology too. That makes it a much more personalized and automated experience for both sides. And so ultimately what that means is that hospitals and health systems are able to hire permanent nurses using our platform in 14 days instead of it taking the national average of 82 days.
You talk about this sector, the healthcare sector. And we were just talking before we came on here, but give us an idea of what you're seeing, just how bad right now our nursing shortage is, and how much you anticipate it's going to get worse before it gets better.
Right, we're on track to be 1 million nurses short by the end of 2023. The nursing shortage is not new. It's been around since before the pandemic, and that's because our demand on the healthcare system continues to increase as our population ages, but the supply of workers has not kept up with that demand.
Now, anybody in your position, entrepreneur, knows it's tough, it's very difficult to raise money or feel came, because yes, you're a woman and you're a woman of color.
So look, it's true. There is bias in the system. I think black female founders receive less than 1% of venture capital. So the statistics are pretty bad. But the truth is that you really have to suppress or ignore all of that bias, because frankly, my counterparts are not spending any mental energy thinking about that. And you really just have to pursue your mission and vision and be extremely assertive and communicate, what the legendary company or ambition that you want to build.